The CIA said that they're here to recruit students to join their ranks to be able to safeguard the security interests of this country. Now, what are the interests of this country? I think this country would tell you that one of their interests is to be able to promote and preserve democracy, promote it abroad through these interventions that they take part of, that the CIA instigates. But I think with just a surface level analysis of what these interventions are about, we can see that there's not an ounce of anything that looks like democracy, that looks like a pro-people intervention, that looks like something that is for the people at all, in which the CIA takes part in. So what are they really doing? Well, they're going in and they're carrying out these mass murder campaigns. They are, participating in military coups that, they take the lead in. They are ousting governments and then installing military dictatorships that repress the people. And we've seen this throughout history, in Nicaragua, in Chile, in Guatemala, in El Salvador, in Syria, in Iran, in Afghanistan, in South Korea, in Vietnam. The list goes on and on and on. And so, they do this, but why? Well, one of the reasons is that, when the U.S. sees a threat that's posed to their economic stake or political hegemony in a region or country, they go in and they take that threat out. And what is this economic stake that they might have? Well, these corporations that are in different countries, in different regions, are exploiting the labor pool in these different countries. These banks that maybe give these countries loans, keep them in debt, and make a profit off the interest. All of these entities that the U.S. government supports, when these are a threat by way of a people's movement in the country rising up, by way of any movement that threatens that economic stake or that political hegemony, the U.S. goes in, takes them out by way of these coups and these interventions that quote-unquote promote democracy. And so that's what we're here talking about today. We're talking about the CIA and their involvement in carrying out the interests of the U.S. ruling class, these big banks, these big capitalists, these big CEOs, these big corporations, and the U.S. government, carrying out the U.S. interests, which are not in the interest of the majority of people, and in fact repress the majority of people, and force them into wage enslavement at the behest of these big corporations, force countries into debt and poverty. And we're exposing that today, what the CIA does abroad, and also the involvement of universities in this imperialism. Because the universities are involved in this. Universities are the ones who are coming up and developing the new cutting-edge technology, the research that then these different agencies like the CIA, the government as a whole, these different defense contractors are using in order to be able to better carry out their coups and better carry out their political and economic interests, so to speak, preserving democracy. And that's why we're here today, because there's an intimate relationship between universities like Tufts and the CIA and these different agencies that are arms of the government, federal government as a whole, and these defense contractors. And overall, plundering the majority of this world for the benefit of the ruling class here. And students need to take a stand against this, because we can. We're here to just be able to study. We pay some money to be able to do that, and we think that while we're here, we're able to participate in the social life and get a great job, and that it's all dandy. But in actuality, these jobs that we're participating in, this research that we're participating in, it's aiding in U.S. imperialism. And we need to closely examine that and oppose it. And that's why we're out here today. Because the CIA needs